How's it going there, super friends? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Mezco 1/12 Collective Harley Quinn action figure. This is the Playing for Keeps edition. I don't even know if I'll even be able to get my hands on the classic one. Anyhow, super friends, you all know how much I like it when the previews exclusives come in the cookie tin style packaging. I love these metal tins. They're so stackable. And because I live in my mom's basement, if they get wet from flooding, they won't have to be thrown out because they've gone all moldy. Anyhow, you know what the front of the tin looks like. You've been looking at it. Here's the side and here's the other side, and then the other side, and the other side looks exactly the same, so I'm not even going to change the picture. And the back has an image of the figure as well as all the other accessories and the extra head, and some little action shots down the bottom to get us all stoked for opening it. So after having cracked open the tin and having a little loosey-doodle on the inside, we can see here that this is everything that we got. So very impressive, what with the figure. The extra head, the Joker dolly, the mallet, two super happy looking ammo canisters, a big old knife, a gun with a scope, 3 more extra sets of hands, a shoulder-mounted rocket launcher with the rocket, and a zippy bag and a stand and an arm. Now to start off with, taking a closer look at everything, the Harley figure itself is pretty rockin' looking. Although I can't really put my finger on exactly where I think this design is inspired from. Is it DC Legends? Is it the trailer for DC Universe Online? Or could it be this? Or maybe, just maybe, this look has been inspired by Tank Girl. Who knows, and really, who cares? All that matters is she looks fantastic and punk rock at the same time. Friday night we'll be drinking Manischewitz, going out to terrorize Goyam. And it also really looks like it should be going alongside the Joker Clown Prince of Crime version. She's got lips and teeth for a belt buckle, which is kind of interesting. Did she steal those from the Tang commercial guy?
Out of the way, man, before our faces know we're down. What is this? We want that Tang fruit box now. I'm getting great. I'm getting out of here.
She's got a diamond on one leg and a diamond on the other that have been sewn there in classic typical gutter punk rock fashion. You got your typical punk rock spiked attire on the wrists there. The back of her jacket says therapist at work. I'd really hate to be on the receiving end of her therapy. And the front of the jacket has a nice little smiley face as well as a punk rock skull and an anarchy symbol. And the bustier looks fantastic. I like the fact you got the black striped pants with the red bustier and then the black boob. And then you got the red striped pants on this side with the black bustier and the red boob. Oh my goodness. Her boobs, then the straps in the middle, and the teeth. It actually makes a face. I can't unsee it now. It looks like a very happy face. The jacket is very cool looking, and the fake leather they've used actually does a good job of looking like leather. They've even put the little tiny holes right here in the straps for the buckle. And the buckle, I don't think you could actually do this coat up. I don't think that that's really a thing, but it still is a nice touch that they tried to make it actually look like it's supposed to. These strings hanging off the back, though, they are a mite ugly. I'm gonna have to cut those off. The initial Tank Girl-esque head sculpt for Harley Quinn looks pretty fantastic. I have absolutely no complaints about the sculpt or the paint. The shape of her head is nice. It's nice and round, no dents, nothing like that. You can see they've textured her hair, even the shaven parts at the back to try and make it look like stubble. What a fantastic head sculpt all around. I suppose possibly some may feel that her hair being made out of a softer rubber would have made more sense rather than a little bit of a harder plastic they've used here. It's got some give to it, but certainly you can't move it out of the way or do anything. It's just there. I don't really care, and that's not really a gripe for me. Let's pop off the head that comes on the body and stick on this one. Oh, this one is fan-diddly-tastic. Look at that. She's got horns. And I do appreciate the fact that this is not just the same expression. It's a completely new expression that they pop the helmet onto, which means it's a completely new head sculpt. And I don't know which one I like more. This one looks awesome with the helmet on top, and you got the red and the black and the diamonds. It's painted really, really well. There's nothing about this head, just like the previous one, that I would change. So in general, just without looking at the accessories yet, a fantastic figure. Really, really like the look of her. Looking up close at the accessories, starting first with the mallet. This hammer's reminiscent of all the rest of the hammers that she comes with, while also being its own thing. And the last thing you see before she brains you in the face with it is, relax. This'll only hurt a bit. Until you're dead. The Mr. J doll will be the next accessory that we look at, and this little dude is so cute looking. Have I ever looked at the Joker and thought that he looks cute? Nope, but this is the first time. Why? Because it's a stuffed doll. Oh, the poor thing's stuffing is coming out of its knee and also of its armpit. What a fantastic job. And then we have the shoulder-mounted rocket launcher, an accessory that no psychotic psychologist should ever be without. I guess these lines here are supposed to symbolize how many people she's blown up with it. You can see here it's got a space for 4 rockets, and also has an eyepiece for Harley to look through. You can pull this out right here, and the handle comes out like that, so that Harley can hold on to it with 2 hands, because it's a rocket launcher. You have to hold on to it with 2 hands. And then we have a fired rocket effect that also goes with the rocket launcher. Boom! Here's what the rocket looks like close up, and then there's all that smoke and fire coming out the back, like it's just been fired out of the rocket launcher. Then we have her scoped machine gun with the 2 round happy-looking happy face ammo canisters. The gun's pretty Harley looking, black, red, with a hint of pink. The ammo clip and the gun go together pretty easily. You've just got this spot in the bottom of the gun and a bit on the top of the clip there that sticks out, and you just stick it right in there like that, and it's ready to go. Murder, kill, bang, bang, murder, kill, bang, bang. She's also got the stabby knife. On the handle, you got a diamond, a spade, a heart, and a club. And would you really want to be on the receiving end of a blade like that when it was twisted and then pulled out? Of course, not to forget, she also has the figure stand, which we know how this works. It's a base, you pop the little foot peg out, you stick the arm in, and voila, you have what I consider to be one of the best pack-in figure stands in the entire action figure industry. The base is big, the arm is long, it's nice and firm, they're easy to tighten, the clip can get small enough that you can really tighten this around someone's waist, and I like it a lot. Very much so. Very much a lot. And now for a quick accounting of her articulation. Heads on a ball peg, can do around that much motion. Not bad. Not super great. She's probably really dizzy right now. Her torso has a little bit of articulation, not a super large amount. Don't expect to get her in any insane poses with that. Really kind of minuscule amount of articulation. Her arms are going to be attached through a rounded hinge as usual. The jacket, you will find, will get in the way, but it's not as bad as it could be. And then you've got a swivel up here in the bicep under the jacket. You got an elbow that I'm assuming is single jointed, and you know, that's really all you can get. It rotates, so that's useful, but you don't want to push it too much because, I mean, this is like a fishnet fabric, so I don't want to wreck it. We know that the wrist for her is going to be a peg and a rounded hinge, and we know that her groin is going to be pretty much the same as a Mezco 1/12 Collective usually is, with some rounded thigh cut articulation up here. Don't expect a super large amount of articulation because her trousers are really going to get in the way, and you really don't want to make her do a full spready and rip a hole in the back seat of her pants. And then the knees are going to be of the double jointed variety. They're going to squeeze up about that, and then you have the ankles, which are on the rounded peg, and there's not really rotation at the top of the boot. I don't think it's really supposed to rotate there. So as you can see, this Harley's not really dripping with articulation. But honestly, does it really matter how articulated she is? I mean, I guess to a point, yeah, but do any of us really buy these Mezco 1/12 Collective figures because they're super articulated? Now for the oh-so-imperative action figure comparison, first we've got her with the DC Universe Classics, and then a DC Icons, and then a DC Multiverse, and a DC Collectibles Bombshells, and then finally a DC Essentials on the one side, and a McFarlane Toys Stupid Body Ugly Ankles Depressed Looking Harley on the other. Now I suppose after having looked at all this, the final question would be, as someone who purchased her, opened her up, looked at the figure, all of her accessories, her posability, the comparison with others, do I think that she's worth picking up or leaving wherever you find her, be it in person or online? Is she good or is she garbage? Well, she certainly isn't garbage. I'll admit, these Mezco 1/12 figures aren't always the most posable. They certainly lack in areas where other figures shine as far as how far you can stretch their bodies and what kind of dynamic positions you can put them in. But let's be honest here, I don't think that us as adult collectibles really buy these Mezco 1/12 Collective figures because of their crazy insane posability. I think we actually purchase them because of their unique position that they hold within the action figurosphere. Their high level of detail, cloth goods clothing, and really intricate detail work as far as the footwear usually goes and the accessories make these super, super unique. And so for that reason, if you're a Batman fan or a DC fan and you've been collecting these figures, I would definitely recommend this one. She's going to look fantastic on the shelf with the rest of your Mezco 1/12 Collective characters, DC or otherwise. And if she's your first foray into a Mezco 1/12 Collective DC figure, she's a great start. Anyway, super friends, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Hopefully you found this video to be an enjoyable, useful waste of time for the day, and I hope that I've helped you decide whether or not you want to add this Harley Quinn to your action figure collection. You could always help me out by leaving a like on this video, sharing it with your friends, coming back to see more, and having yourself a fantastic, wonderful, super awesome DC day. Take care.